I have a question. Why on this lady cam, there's two plushes having fun in the background? Oh, fuck yeah, the Quaggan's fucking around. Hell yeah, look, do you see that?
Oh my god. Yeah, I do.
It's fine. That's the first thing I saw. Yeah, well, we have our own Quaggan here on the chest.
On the table,
A little bit dead. All right.
Yeah.
So I put up my portal if you want to show them.
Well, you're
so you have
in
to
my
go through a
party,
portal?
so
Yeah, that's
I've
cute.
got to kick you actually to
I was gonna say
properly
that's lame.
show the anti-griefing mechanism. So Joel, if you go ahead. Yeah, sorry, Richie, but we'll get you back in a second.
How dare you? How dare you?
This doorway's in the way. But if you interact with it, either like join this person's party,
You'll have
or
to
you can
hide
just hide
all
it.
of the doorways still,
And
though.
this way you can get rid of any door that's in your way. Also,
Yeah, it's a
if you
mastery
block
that lets you
someone,
summon your
any
doorway,
door that
and then
they
it lets you
summon
pop into your
won't be
homestead or
summoned
invite
for
people
you.
into the...
So just a little bit to make sure that players can't go and place these
I like
doors
that this is the
everywhere
first thing they're showing off. Here's the feature, here's how people can't
gotcha.
grief
Now-
with it.
Since I'm not in the party anymore, I can interact with this doorway.
Entering Homestead. Thank you. Fuck that. Yeah,
But I'll just
there you go.
mention real quick, you may see some temporary icons and some temporary UI elements as well, so please ignore them. They will
know, it
be
comes
ready
out in
for the
18 days,
20th.
they're definitely
Don't
ready
you
for
worry.
this.
And here we go. We are in your homestead.
Holy
Looks
shit.
like a big
So I
game.
guess
Looks
Look
good.
at the zone.
this zone is what you'll be given.
So everybody gets the same?
Everywhere is going to be decoratable except for like this little circle around the waypoint, and you'll be able to customize it.
The way,
Like
yeah.
straight away. It's gonna be the same as with
Come on.
mounts.
Of course.
So you get one default tiny ass little bitch house, and if you want anything as much as a window in that house, you're gonna have to pay money.
Oh, I don't think so.
No?
I don't think so. I think you...
I don't trust them.
No?
No, they try to fucking monetize everything. Like how ridiculous that is.
I think if you want fancy looking things,
Yeah.
they're gonna be in a gem store, but I think the basic ones you're gonna get.
Okay. Well,
But I'm
okay.
wondering how it's gonna work, because you can get in the game wood, stone, and all of that. Are you gonna have to get those to then build your house, and then you get the materials that are in the game to build with, or
I think that's how it's gonna work. Yeah, you will have to farm for everything. So as far as I know, you're gonna have to work with it just like you do with guild halls. Like everything has to be farmed for. Flax and shit. Like yeah, everything.
let's watch, let's see, because that's not a lot of information for now.
Oh, we got Joel
on
jumping
top of
over
your
here.
waypoint.
He's showing off like the first thing you probably see is my fellow Char warband. These are actually alts that I have. Any character.
This is
that you
awesome. I
have
love
logged
that.
out
You will
in
have
your
alts
homestead
in
has
your
a chance
house.
to
How cool.
Why
show
are they
up
all
in your
chars?
It's like how Britain imagines themselves, homogeneous, basically.
Yeah, it's 10 of each armor
Or
weight,
chars.
so you can have 10 light, 10 medium, and 10 heavy armor alts.
Wow. All right. And how do you choose which ones come in and which ones aren't in?
So if you have more than 10 of a weight class, it's random which ones will come in, but it's just, it chooses from any
Wait.
alt that's logged out in your homestead.
How many character slots do you have? I have like 6.
I'm just wondering if they're talking about something else than we think about, because that sounds ridiculous.
This is crazy.
str-
I mean, I quite like that. It brings up the whole account alive, I guess. But
But then does it mean that you have one homestead for an account?
I don't know.
Or can each character has its own homestead?
My bigger worry actually is that I have other characters with like 13 level and they look shit.
Yeah.
And they're gonna walk around like homeless people on my homestead. Yeah. That'd be terrible. I'm gonna make all pretty, but there's this fucking guy next to my house begging for gold. Okay.
So if there's someone you don't
That's-
want
that's
in your
not much,
homestead, just
actually.
make sure they're not logged out here.
And you can make them sad. You can say,
friends.
you will not be
Yeah.
in the homestead.
Exactly. Yeah, I haven't
All right.
fashioned this character, so you don't get to come show off.
Exactly. All right. All right. So where to next?
Yeah. Joel, would you like to give a tour of the facilities?
Okay.
Yeah, absolutely. So, You can see right off the back, right from the waypoint, you
Yeah,
can
well, use
actually
it for this.
gather nodes here. So
Should
all
use
the
it for this.
harvestable nodes that are from the home instance will appear here. Any nodes that you purchase from the Black Line Trading Company. It's not a double dip, so it's not like you can go to the home instance and then come back to the homestead and get more of these resources. It's the
That makes
same
sense.
resource
cool
collection, so
strategy.
we
Yeah,
keep
yeah,
track
that
of
makes
it
sense.
in both places.
Well, I
But
don't
we
know if
just
it does,
wanted
because
to
guild halls
allow
you can
players
visit
to
many
have
guild
access to all the
halls.
same stuff that they have been purchasing in their home instance available in their homestead. And so we also made a few changes to accommodate some of that. So if we go over to the farm area, you can see that all of the resource nodes now are close in section to each other. And so each of the resource nodes types, so the farm, logging, and the mine areas all have the resource nodes all close in hand. So if you wanted to gather the old-fashioned way, one at a time, totally allow that. But one of the things that I want to highlight here is the farm store box. Each of the areas will have a store box. Now, I'm not the instance owner, so I can't interact with it, but the instance owner has the option to interact with these store box.
What?
It should pop up a UI that allows you to do things like equipping glyphs. We want to allow you to equip a glyph, and then once you have a glyph equipped, you can then collect the resource node.
You can buy that glyph. Do you think that's extra space, extra storage for materials to what you have in the bank?
I don't know.
In that area all in one go. That makes it so resource collection is very easy, and you still respect any glyphs that you want to use. So people who have been investing in glyphs still get to use those glyphs.
Yeah, and you can
Holy
see I
shit.
have the Watchwork glyph attached, and I'm getting
What
Watchwork
the
sprockets
fuck?
there.
Amazing. And by the way, I know
Excellent,
it was
though. That's really
previously hinted at that this would be a feature that would launch post Janthir Wilds, but this is actually making it in for launch, correct?
Yeah.
The ability to auto collect everything like that?
Yep.
Yeah, and we really wanted to get in early as much as we can. It feels like a great quality of life improvement. So it's at the final tier of the homesteading mastery line. So as long as you invest in mastery points
So
in
you're
it, you
gonna
will
have
have it.
Amazing.
More
Sure.
shit to
Farm.
farm. Yeah, more chests to open, and and more shit to sell on trading posts because you already maxed out in the bank.
Probably.
Yeah. So the reason why I struggle with the bag, the inventory, is because I literally can't deposit any more materials, and I keep
Yeah.
refining, but then even those get full.
Yes.
It's
I'm
fucked
at that
up.
point as well. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I just keep selling stuff.
What do you guys do with extra mats in Guild Wars 2? Do you send them over to alts or whatever? To me is one of the biggest pains. Like it's almost as if they want me to swipe to have a bigger bag. Because you can buy inventory slots. Like if you pull up
Yeah.
any stream from Guild Wars 2 players who've been there for a while, you will see their backpack is bigger than the screen. They have to scroll down to see the bottom of it. And for me, it's just like, I don't know, 15 by 5, 10 maybe. I don't know. Just if like this is there, it isn't much in Guild Wars 2. Okay, trust me.
Yeah, it's the basic bugs that we got from storyline. 20 slots. I don't know how many is there. Is it like 4 or 5 of them? I don't remember.
But it is what it is. I don't know. It's.
Yeah, but I just keep selling shit.
I do too.
Because,
But it
like-
feels like a waste because at some point you will want those mats and you won't have them.
Will you?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Now you've been crafting armor and weapon.
Yeah.
And
I'm done with that.
you're gonna
you know?
be crafting shit for Homestead.
Well,
you-
maybe I don't know because we still didn't get to the part how they
Yeah.
make those things.
Oh,
but
we'll see.
maybe.
Where people will be super happy about that.
All right. So should we go over to the farm? I want to check out the farm area or the
Sure.
logging area. And each of those refinement machines for each area will allow you to refine materials into homestead materials.
Oh,
What?
look at
What are you
that. So you have refined homestead wood. So this is where you refine your materials, your basic materials.
Oh, I see. You have
into the homestead
yeah.
material.
there's green wood log.
Yes, it's 20 green wood logs,
Yeah.
but only 2 of the ancient wood. So
Hey,
there's, like,
so
different conversions.
so
Dude.
that's like material sink. So you know you have gold sink in games.
Yeah.
So that's material sink.
Mm.
And that's something that I think they've been missing in Guild Wars 2 for a long time. Because I get too much stuff from the
Yeah,
game
yeah.
and have nothing to do with it. So I'm just gonna burn it here.
And the homestead materials is what we are actually using to craft homestead decoration.
Yes,
Oh.
So
dude.
you need refined homestead materials for every type of decoration we have. So
Tertiary
in the
currency.
refiners, you will see the UI that
Yeah.
allows you to refine all of our basic nodes into that homestead-specific material. Now, you can do this in a couple of different ways. At the top, you will see the material market, but down at the very bottom, you'll actually see the black market. The black market you can actually use to access refined materials through gold. If you just happen
Gold?
to have a lot of gold sitting around, sure, go ahead, buy it.
Holy
This
shit.
changes as you purchase it and goes up. It gets more expensive, and it also caps off on a weekly, so it'll actually change by week.
Yeah.
I noticed those refined materials are account bound. So you won't be able to buy them on Trading Post. But you can buy, of course, Greenwood log. Which you
Yeah,
can,
but that makes sense, I think.
I like, so I'm thinking, why do that? Why would you have a brand new, another material with specific use for home building? The reason I'm saying this is because you might as well just have, like, let's say you're crafting a carpet, okay?
Yeah.
Why not just have 10 flags and 1 greenwood log, whatever? Like, why that can't be a recipe? It has to be refined shit. And the only reason I'm thinking is budget. Because it's so much easier to design recipes with 1 ingredient than with thousands of ingredients. It just introduces a complexity to work with all the world materials.
Maybe.
It's like another currency in the game, basically. Come on.
I don't know why they would do it that way. Because, yeah, it makes sense. Like, you already have all those weird materials that you could use. I don't know why you would need to refine them into something else.
That's what I'm saying. I think it's just because ArenaNet wants it simple.
Because it could have easily been like in New World,
Yeah.
when you had a separate crafting station for home stuff. Could have easily been
And
that.
you would use wood, metal, the
Yeah,
thing that's
yeah.
around in the wild.
Yeah, all the fibers.
Yeah, I mean,
all
you
curtains
still
and
kind of
shit.
do it, but you have this bottleneck now that you
Yeah.
have to do that extra conversion.
Yes.
I don't think it's a biggie,
No.
but it, like, for the user, it adds extra step, and for the ArenaNet, it takes away extra step.
I think it's
So
kind
again,
of,
it's anti-consumer behavior.
I think it's a bit limiting as well, because if you consider how many different woods in the game you have, you could have easily done cheaper looking furniture
Yeah.
with lower level wood, and then a better looking
Ah.
furniture with the higher level
Yeah,
wood.
yeah, but
So
look,
it could have been
absolutely.
like so much.
tiered.
Yeah, basically it could have been tiered better.
Yeah.
And right now, if you convert every single wood into like a home grade wood, it's just wood.
Yeah, it's just
Tiers.
wood. It's just wood.
Yeah.
So basically, you use the material that you have the most, or that is most mined or gathered,
yeah.
which means it will be mithril ore
Potentially.
and
but
pot-
maybe
and elden wood,
But
maybe.
maybe
Elder.
that's why. Because then even if you gather wood in low level areas, you can still do the same shit even if you gather wood from the high level areas.
So
it
it's
just takes you longer, obviously, because you need more of it. But
ah.
maybe that's why. Maybe you can, whichever area you choose to play, you can still do the same things.
And then I guess
It
new
equalizes
players
it.
have easy entry level.
Well, not really, because you still have to have the expansion, so you're still gonna have to go through the story and all of that.
I'm not surprised by this system, because it's easier solution, and what you suggested with the tiered crafting
Yeah.
is perfect. I love that, absolutely. For me it's fun because I can go to more difficult maps and gather some kind of rare ascended material or whatever, which
Yeah.
like Black Lotus in World of Warcraft, like, dude, crazy difficult. Like, there would be like 30 nodes on the whole world where you can pick up Black Lotus,
Yeah.
and you have hundreds of, like, thousands of people hunting
Yeah,
for
but
it.
also imagine. Well,
But-
I don't know what kind of detail they go to in the game, because we didn't get there, or maybe they don't mention it. I don't know. But imagine having what's the, like, wool curtains and having gossamer curtains. There's a difference, right?
Yeah, there is.
Yeah.
There is,
Even in your mind.
But where I was going with this,
Yeah.
the tier solution
Mm.
is more complicated.
Yeah. So it's more expensive.
It's more expensive
Yeah.
to make.
Yeah.
So they won't do it. And even though,
yeah.
I can already hear the excitement when we talk about it. Like, whoa, look at it, like gossamer curtains. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah,
And
yeah.
awesome. No,
No.
they're gonna fuck it up. That's what I mean. Like,
Mm.
come on, ArenaNet. Stop thinking about yourself all the time. Stop thinking about making game flat for everyone. Fucking get some balls.
So
Yeah.
if you
Tell
notice
me
on
more,
this screen,
ArenaNet.
there is like, you can only purchase so many refined materials through conversion per week.
I feel like regardless of what it is, I'm gonna give it a good go, and I'm gonna have fun
Yeah.
building shit, even if it's unnecessarily complicated. I'm still gonna do it because it's just so me.
Good single player game. Dude, I think that the whole art of enjoying Guild Wars 2 is being resourceful enough or dialed in enough to search for things that interest you in the game. Right?
Maybe.
I think the game is such a huge canvas that you can paint as however you like.
Yeah.
It's almost overwhelming. So if you open at the achievements tab and you drill down on things that you really like, at least on the high level, like festival versus story versus exploration, right? Those things. And then you can really dive into that particular side to the game. I think you'll find more fun that way than you just trying to do everything.
This upgrade, which will increase the maximum number of that refined material you can purchase for a week. So if I buy this, boop,
Is it permanent?
and I go back, and now it's
For 100 gold, it better be permanent.
Yes. So you can upgrade your
100 gold.
efficiency, how much it's producing, and your capacity, exactly how much you can cap out at.
Better
What
be
the
permanent.
Well, she has 100
Black
grand.
Market
She doesn't give a
prices
fuck.
that keep going up.
Those
That resets
pennies.
at the end of the week as
What
well.
the-
Do we want to talk about the mastery? How we get
black market
decorations? How do we get
resets every
recipes?
week.
That kind of stuff.
Yeah, let's go over to the,
So many
the
thousands
workshop.
Get ready.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, this looks
So
nice.
this is where the
It really does not look
non-harvestable
nice,
nodes
like
are. You
a-
can see, like, there's the chest here.
This is straight up chest from Auric Basin.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
what they're saying.
Did they say that?
They're saying that this is where you get the non-harvestable.
Oh, I
Nodes.
see. Okay.
The MTX cloth racks and leather racks. And if you've somehow earned the enchanted treasure chest because you're a really rich player, it will go there.
Okay.
I wish I had that on live.
Me too.
But also in this area is the handiwork workbench.
So this is the new crafting discipline, handiwork.
Ah.
Okay, so it is a
So
discipline.
if I open this
Ah.
up,
There we
you can
go.
see that
Okay.
This looks like any of our other crafting professions, familiar UI, but unlike our other crafting professions, this is leveled up via the mastery line. So instead of needing to make, I don't know, like 20 Coden crystal candles, you'll actually be gaining access to the different tiers of recipes via the mastery line. So
Okay.
if I
Okay,
open
I
up
guess.
the mastery line, go to the homesteading, you can see here, like your first mastery trait here will give you access to the novice handiwork crafting recipes,
Okay.
and then
Ah.
initiate apprentice journey.
I don't know how I feel about this.
I mean, maybe that's
Gotcha.
good
So-
because you don't
so-
need 400, like she said, Coden crystal candles. Because what do you do with them?
sell.
No one needs.
And that's market for furniture.
If everybody needs to do the 400 Coden crystal candles
Mm-hmm.
in order to progress, then no one will buy it because why would you? That's what happens with all the low-level armor, for example. Like
Can you not salvage them? Like you can salvage armor
yeah,
that
but
you craft.
then you lose a lot of material along the way.
Well, it's fine. It's the cost of crafting. And there has to be cost
Maybe.
to learning the crafting.
Potentially.
You'll actually be unlocking the recipes for your homestead.
Yeah.
Thank God.
There
This
doesn't
is
seem
gonna
to
be
be a lot of
majority the way
recipes.
you get recipes, but we do have other recipes.
The rest is in
that
the store.
are,
In the gem
acquired
store.
elsewhere.
Gems-
Each of those will be coming throughout our quarterly releases and also along with our festivals.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Oh, with the
Nice.
festivals.
Can't wait to see
that
some
makes sense, kind of.
Mad King
Yeah.
theme decorations
Yeah.
and stuff coming out. It's gonna be great.
Yes. That's
ahead,
good.
sorry.
I was
But the
just
gem
gonna say,
store? That's lame.
Great
Yeah,
color
it's lame.
chat.
I think another thing that's different from the crafting professions is that it is account bound. I just want to explicitly state that. I know it could be inferred based on the fact that you're leveling up through mastery line, but yeah, so you only need to do the mastery line. Any character will have access to this, so you don't have to worry about
Okay.
having a dedicated decoration crafter for your
Yeah,
homestead.
it's level 500. That's a good point, too.
Great.
Okay,
At
but
400.
Through
does
your
it
whole
mean
account.
there's a one homestead across whole account then? Because I think that's implied. Which is a bit lame because like all of my characters are a bit different. I would like them to have different homes.
So what is it like currently? So homesteads are found in capital cities, but they
Yeah, the
all
whole
teleport you back
instance.
to your race capital city, Homestead, right?
Yeah, it's not called homestead, but yes, home
Is it not?
instance.
Home instance.
Yes.
Aha.
Yeah, but you don't customize anything.
It's a
See.
template based on the race of your character.
I noticed in the mastery UI that you had up there, it said something about the rested bonus, and I know the community's had questions about whether there would be some sort of buff. You guys be able to talk about that?
Yeah, so I mean, you're going to be parking alt here, and I know there's questions of, well, why would I want to park an alt here as if they next to a treasure chest or something? And so the homestead does provide a comfy rested bonus buff, and this rested bonus is
That's good reward
a
track gain
XP
in World
gain
versus World
in the
PvP.
open world. That's up to 20%. But then we also are allowing
Pretty
now a reward track gain within PvP and World v World, and that goes up to
I see.
10%. So
Sick.
as you
Okay.
put mastery points into each of those homesteading mastery levels, the rested bonus gets better.
Yeah, and right now
good
it's
news
only
with this.
8% for me because we only have the first 4 traits, but once the quarterly releases come out and the 5th trait comes out, it'll be able to bump up.
Like you can sort of spread activities that you do in Guild Wars 2 among characters then. So you could have one character posted in your homestead where you build up the world versus world bonus, and then you just relog there every other day to use that bonus for the activity and then log off again.
Potentially, yeah.
Yeah, and that speed things up, I guess.
This is
Maybe.
the value of that resting bonus.
Awesome.
And the other thing is, I don't know if it's been mentioned before, but the Conjure Doorway also remembers your last location. So if you are in your homestead and you hit that exit instance button, it's going to put you right back to where that character was. So if you were parking them in a treasure chest area, you could always pop back out to where those altar locations were if you still want to get that certain
Okay, that
farm
makes sense.
material.
Awesome. I can't help but be distracted over here because I see Ziggy Chardust riding some mounts here. Let's talk about the stables.
What the fuck is this pigeon there?
That's your mounts.
Yes.
Yeah.
What?
Oh,
That's
go
your
ahead,
mounts.
Joel. No, you do it.
It's probably a
I just
griffin.
wanted to say that you're calling out that your alt can ride on your mounts is a great call out. If Sarah actually was to grab her raptor mount, that alt, I mean, it's not really his mount to begin with, so he's just going to plop down. He might be a little sad about it, but, you know, he doesn't mind. But any of those mounts that you have unlocked and collected, they'll show up in
You
the
mean
mount stable.
purchased? Okay.
Have you seen what the sky scale looks like? Like a giant moth?
Moth, yeah.
Yeah.
Disgusting.
No, it's cute. I like that.
No, it should be devil.
This whole,
No,
this
I
whole
like that you
system, the whole
can make it
homestead
different
system
animals.
With having your
It's
alts
cute.
here,
Okay.
with having
Yes.
your mounts here, it really I don't know, it really immerses me in the world because you can actually interact with all the stuff that you've spent all this time unlocking and working on. It's just
That's
I'm so
not
excited for Homestead. It's gonna
time.
be great.
That's money.
That's money, yeah,
I'm very
absolutely.
excited.
Although you have to appreciate how long it took to unlock Skyscale.
Get to see my mounts being able to relax.
Makes it look like a Shiba. Gibbs.
I love
That's
that
the one he
turtle's
has on
back
the
here,
jackal
too.
over there.
I like that
All
skin.
right,
Already in the
so why don't we take a little run through this back area?
My mounts
Okay.
are going to be all birds. If you didn't know,
With
there's like
there
bird
is
skins for almost
a
all the
mine
mounts in
here,
the game.
correct?
Oh yeah. So we've seen where the
Hey,
farm
they have
nodes are and
bees.
the lumber nodes, but
Cute.
the mine is where all your mining nodes are.
tail.
So you can see here.
How sad this homestead will be for me. I don't have any of those nodes. Like, I haven't bought a single node ever anywhere. It's just... Yeah, I have nothing.
I didn't buy any, but I do have some. I must have earned them somewhere.
You can
somehow.
get
I
them
don't
from
know.
all those festivals, from
But
festival currency, for
I
example.
do have some.
Yeah.
Because I didn't buy.
Every time I read about those nodes, they tell me to not do it because it's just waste of money. You're better off just not use that
Yeah,
gold for
yeah,
whatever you want.
Yeah.
But for as the concept, it's I guess it's okay. So when you want to farm, let's say mithril ore, you
Yeah.
have to run around the map and find it,
Yeah.
and you can just port back to your home and click it.
Yeah,
And-
but at your home, it's just gonna be one.
Yeah.
It's not a lot.
No, it's not a lot. Whenever I go to Guildhall nodes, there's plenty actually. Like I get whole weekly mostly done. If there's ever like gather 50 nodes or whatever, I
Yeah,
go to
yeah.
Guildhall, done. Like just,
You know what? I've never done that. I
Okay.
keep forgetting.
yeah,
about
it's
it.
crazy how many mats you get. Like you would want to have a third of your bag empty for it.
Wow.
Yeah, so much
Okay.
shit coming.
Wait, was Nuri saying? It all seems like small indie company. Guy streaming from kitchen, girl that does not seem to enjoy it at all, and one guy trying his best, but he doesn't play the game. Okay.
Hey, why? Why do you say the girl doesn't seem to? Maybe she's she's an engineer, dude. She isn't a streamer, okay? She's an engineer. She codes in the cave, and she doesn't want any spotlight. Yes, here she is trying her best. She put a quaggan fucking in the background to just get people distracted. Now they crop them away from the view, and she's in the middle of it, and now she has to pretend she cares. So yeah, maybe it comes off a bit stale. But it's not that bad. I'm not saying this is a bad stream. I'm not saying Homestead is a bad idea, but the context in which Homestead idea exists is fundamentally wrong. It's too driven with budget cuts probably, because that's what it comes off as. Look at quality of the Soto expansion. Look at the limitations they give players who don't want to spend money in the gem store. You can't get any mount you like. You have to ride this ugly ass bold raptor. If you took Homestead and put it in, let's say, the Riot MMORPG, people would be over the moon. And here, because it's in Guild Wars 2, which is the very fabric of the game, is so tainted with gem stores and lack of progression and all those stupid time gating, it just takes away the fun, you know? But I'm not saying I'm not gonna... Of course I'm gonna try. Come on, dude. I have a few hours in Guild Wars 2, which says it all. I mean, I still play the game. I still like to log in and do stuff. But there are things that are really bad about the game, which make me like the game less and less. Just like I stopped playing World of Warcraft after Wrath of the Lich King, really. I stopped playing WoW after Lich King because that's where classic era ended. And then I stepped in for Legion, which was the next best expansion after Wrath of the Lich King. And then I left off again, and until now there's nothing there to come back to. Maybe War Within will change it. They did promise great stuff, and we're gonna get into it later, hopefully. And we'll see. But for now, you can bet I will log into Guild Wars 2 and play Janthir Wilds to the fullest I can, for as long as I have will. But the minute I stop having fun, I will log off.
He's riding the war claw right
I
now.
have a dev build, so I have access to all the nodes, regardless of whether I have them all on live. But yeah, all of your nodes are down here.
I mean, it's good that she's clarifying that, because sometimes
Perfect.
people are like, oh, devs get
Yeah,
everything.
and just to be clear, like the placement of where these nodes are is set, and
Yeah,
like
you can't move 'em.
you know, your homestead will have a mine like this, but all of this is decoratable area. Like Sarah said earlier, only around the waypoint is the only place that's like protected. So you can
would you wanna
decorate to your heart's
decorate
content,
your
make this
mines?
your own.
The little dev menu
You
thing up
can
at the top left.
add I
Hopefully
don't know,
that's on
like
live as
boulders
well.
if you want.
Hey, to be honest, if you think about it from I always have to think about the game from their perspective. So, because they seem a bit selfish in a few things. But anyway, like, to come up with a design for the mines, it's money and time again.
Mm-hmm.
And at the same time, they already have a system that can shift that responsibility to the player and let them do the job. Because they can't just release mines that are rock and nodes, because that would look neglected.
But you know what? If we go in that direction,
Yeah.
why not just make it a sandbox and let you do everything?
It kind of is sandbox, isn't it? I
No.
mean, you can't build houses, I think.
I don't know because we didn't get there yet. But like, why is because I'm assuming
Yeah.
that this is the mine that everybody's gonna get.
Yes.
And it's just gonna look like that. So you can change it up a little bit, you can decorate it, but why not let you build your own mine?
Ooh. Actually mine the rock with some kind of map editor.
Just instead of having this set template for mine. Let people do their own mine.
No, that'd be
Like,
fun.
if you want to have a mine
Yeah.
inside of a massive mountain, fine, go and do the
Yeah.
mountain and then do the mine
Yeah.
inside. But if you want to have a mine inside in the ground, like going deep down, do that.
Sure.
Like
Like
just
a
do
well.
whatever,
Yeah.
do whatever works for you.
So that's what they did in Enshrouded.
Really?
Yeah, you can destroy everything you see. So you could honestly just take out huge ass pickaxe
Yeah.
and then dig the tunnel. I don't think they have that anywhere in the game, so it
No,
would be
yeah, that's
developing
true.
from scratch.
That's true.
They can't even recycle any existing system and iterate on it.
Mm.
Well, there is actually this one fractal, and it was part of the story by definition because
Yeah.
fractals are that, where dredges would drill a tunnel with their machine, and there would be rooms on the side.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I guess it is kind of that, but not with a machine, but with actually hand or something.
I can hang a whole bunch of balloons in here if you'd like. Typical mine
You
things.
can put giant blocks over everyone.
What about
but
around
obviously, you know,
the
make all your
back here?
friends
We
mad
have
at you.
something else.
Oh yeah. So back here,
A boat.
is the skin. And then I'm just
This is a good one.
Yeah, I have
we're
so
going
much game
past
to go.
some
Those
through
all
yet.
skip skins
It's
just
crazy.
suck.
You
I
know,
know.
you get
He's on
access
the
to
marketing
that.
team.
if you
Hey,
have
what the
any
fuck?
strategy
Did you see this?
for that.
I'm guessing that's because it's just a skin with the mast, but not all of them do that. So it might be that this is like an exception to the rule. Because I think mostly the boats are flat. Like
So,
rowing boats.
so are
I
you
know,
saying they just picked the wrong boat?
potentially?
Hopefully.
Potentially she has a skin that's the wrong boat. Yeah.
No, I kind of feel like boats do have the mast in most of the time.
Really?
Yeah. Even if not, then some will. And why put the bridge like that? I mean, I
You
can
have
walk
to
through
get
the water. I
across.
don't give a fuck.
Well, true.
Yeah.
If
Or
you
maybe
have
they
any
build the
dragons,
bridge.
You can go fishing in your
Like the
homestead,
user.
Maybe.
Take a little cruise on the boat.
Oh, this is nice.
I'm just gonna park us right.
You could have
here.
just walked at this.
True.
Okay, it's fine.
Boat on the
That's
land.
fine.
Just gonna unsummon the boat.
Yeah, this whole zone is so beautiful.
Yeah, don't get me wrong. This is beautiful. I like
Where you
that.
drop this
Yeah,
off?
sure.
Oh,
yeah,
by
Rules
the
for what,
cats.
Maddie?
Huh? Cats? Why?
Kitty cats.
What?
Kitty, kitty.
I won't have
Popping in and
cats.
out of
Over here,
existence.
like-
Oh, you will have cats. Just
Yeah,
they
so all
fighting?
of the cats that you've unlocked for your home instance are also
It just
in
says
your
cat.
homestead.
Seriously, you have cats to unlock for your
I gotta
home
get
instance?
work
Yeah,
on
and
this.
they
I think
fight
I have,
each
like,
other.
Are there
two.
dogs as well? I
And,
want to have
you
cats
know,
I'm
and
actually
dogs.
gonna have to
It's
get the
gonna be
cats
perfect.
because
They're
this
all
is gonna
gonna be
feel a
here.
little bit more homey,
You
and
can
this
pet
is like
them.
pretty sick.
Oh,
Can you
yeah.
pet them?
We added the ability.
No,
to
there's
pet.
nothing to do with them. I guess he's walking right.
Which ones can we pet?
Yeah, there's a buttload of cats, Chet.
Kick the cat. Don't kick the cat.
Oh.
Oh,
Oi.
yeah, there is
Yeah,
pet.
there is
Yeah,
a
there's
pet.
pet.
They were
Oh,
Yeah.
that's
Yes,
useless,
and
but
you
it's
know what?
actually cute.
I also wanted to say that Mox usually shows up right here next to the cats.
Who? What?
Oh,
So
nice.
if you have purchased Mox for all your audio and cat needs will show up here as well.
Mox?
He's usually like right here.
Oh,
I
nice.
think more. I'm not sure.
Perfect. All right, why don't
Oh,
we
yeah.
head on inside? I want
Well,
to
they
check
said
out
the
what's in,
decorations
were
what's in here
different.
and what we
Did
can
they, Maddie?
do.
So right now, this homestead is kind of like what you'll get initially.
There you go.
Like once you clean it up, like all of like the grass, the fence, like this is what it's gonna look like when you load in.
Hmm.
So if we go inside, you can see that your
don't want
homestead
that
comes
house.
like a little decorated. It's not like completely barren, and all of these things are decorations.
I want to
to
see how it's being built. I want to see building, like the act of building.
They're yours. You've
But
got
you
a
sh-
house fully
Okay.
furnished.
Do they have aircon?
That's amazing. Can you turn on the X-ray vision just to show them like what is actually a place
X-ray
decoration
vision?
Like the
versus
decorated
a
structure
structure?
button at the top.
So just really quickly,
Actually,
this
that's really
X-ray
cool.
mode shows you all the
Mm.
decorations that you have, like
See
placed in the
inside your
room.
Okay.
homes, Chet.
And you can see out there, like all that grass. Those are all decorations. You can remove all of these decorations.
You.
Yeah,
Oh,
these are
okay.
all decorations that you.
Okay.
I
can
mean, I'd be
start.
more excited
They'll
to
be
build the
given to you,
building
remove
Yeah,
them,
exactly.
than put a grass down,
rearrange
but
it,
it's
do
fine.
whatever
Like,
you
A lot of the things that are here are actually what we're calling pre-placed decorations, and so you don't start with an empty slate, we give you something to jump off with, a jumping off point, and the fence posts and things like that. So you can remove all that and set it to what you want. If you
What did you say? You don't want that house? Don't worry, you can buy another one with money.
Yeah, I want to build my house. I don't want a template. That just reminds me of New World when you had to choose from one of the houses. But
Yeah.
this is even worse because there's only just one.
Yeah, at least you had options, right? I mean, this is a brand new system, so I can imagine how expensive it was to build the whole thing. They just, well, I guess they took Home Instance as the foundation for it, but everything on top of it is brand new. And I bet creating the building system for all the blocks is crazy difficult because of the colliders and all the 3D that goes into it, physics and shit. So yeah, I mean, hats off, they pulled it off. But at the same time, I would love to see or hear maybe first where they taking this, because home instances been around for 10 years and they're boring as fuck. They're as boring like my shoe sole. They I don't give a fuck about this place.
Yeah, I never go there.
Yeah.
If I'm honest.
So what will make me come back to this? I don't know. And maybe, yeah, I will
The
see.
rest bonus?
you want to change the
Yeah.
atmosphere to feel a little bit
Yeah,
different.
rest bonus.
Yeah.
I would imagine.
Sarah, what if
decoration
you
stuff is
like you jump in here and you don't want any of that?
So this is where I turned on
Cowards.
decorating mode. So this is how you get it to decorate mode, but this cog has other options. If you just want a clean slate, clearing all decorations will remove all
Do it, cowards.
decorations that you've placed, put them
Okay.
back in your storage. If I go outside, it's removed the fence and grass
it.
as well.
What the fuck?
Aaron,
This other option, Restore Homestead, will put all of the pre-placed decorations back. And if you had any like other decorations you added, it will remove it. This is just putting you
It's a
back
reset
to
button,
the
basically, yeah.
state that you first got the homestead in.
Holy shit.
And then this last one, enable party decoration, is if you want to decorate with your friends. So using this will let
Oh, dear
anyone in your
God,
party
no.
be able to decorate your house.
Never.
It'll-
I was going to say, I'm surprised you trust us with this.
We'll
Thank
see.
you.
We'll see if the trust was warranted.
Amazing features. I love all of those. I love the fact that you can just say, you know what, I want a blank slate and remove everything, and then, you know, oops, no, I want to reset it back to the default, and the ability. So let's do some decorating. Let's show
Yeah.
off.
It's
I
used-
do love
the
going
fancy
back to
tools
clean
your team
slate.
is-
We have been working to improve the decorating.
you'll be able to, Sigma, so you'll be able to sell.
Okay,
your
show me, show me, show me, show me.
Polish
The good part.
edges and make it
It'll
like
be
a
good.
more
Hopefully.
enjoyable, easier to use, and also more creative experience.
Yep,
There are
Quaggan
3
lady.
modes that you'll have access to in decorating mode. This first one, placing new decorations. Modify mode, this will let you edit a decoration without having to remove it and replace it. So you can move this existing rug a little bit without having to get rid of it and replace it, and then erase. So I could just be like, boop, no more rug.
That's a 5, dude.
All right, so let's open up the decoration palette.
First time I find it funny how the character would get so excited to move a carpet. But I appreciate how it's all coming together. Like, so there's no new interface to learn, and the character isn't just frozen as you edit. It's actually taking
Yes,
part.
yes.
It's like following your command, right?
Yes.
So, and then it's like removed, you know, whatever. Oh, dude.
A lot of this
Yeah,
is in the
select
guild hall if you've never
decoration.
decorated a guild hall,
This
but the
is
resizing stuff
where
is
you can
definitely
get
different.
all
shit.
of the decorations that are in your storage.
And they
use
did say
them
that's going to
decorate
carry
with.
over to guild halls, which is
Mm.
very, very cool.
So
But
I just got rid
That's
of
a
the rug,
valid point,
so I want
maybe.
to put the
What's the
rug
value
back.
point?
They said that it's similar to the
Guildhall.
Guildhall decorating. Like, we've never done it, so maybe they're actually building off of that. So maybe if you ever decorated a Guildhall, maybe you do know this system.
True.
50
I
looks
can
like the max
select
for any
rug, and
decoration.
then I'll
Good to
use
know.
this one button to place
Oh,
it. because-
poopty poopty.
And then let's see, the number 2 skill is the move mode, and you can see I get this like
This is
access
3ds
to
Max,
use this
basically.
to translate in all 3 directions, even.
Whoa! Flying carpet?
This is, I personally
Five is
really
probably
enjoy this
extra.
because like moving things just up into the air is like really exciting for me.
Can you
I
actually
know that,
place it like
in the
that?
past, whenever I wanted
That's
to make different
ridiculous.
puzzles, I'd like use blocks of solid ocean.
Oh my
and
God,
stack
fix
them
that
on top, and
microphone,
then put,
dude.
like,
Come
That's
on.
actually pretty
Why
sick.
would you
Now
want to
jumping
create
puzzles.
jumping
Now you can
puzzles
do
inside
stuff
of your
in 3D
homestead?
space.
Like, what the
Yeah,
fuck?
giving you
Wait,
the
wait, wait.
freedom with-
You can actually step on it? Is that what she said?
No, she didn't say that, but she said in the past if I wanted to create jumping puzzles.
In my house? So you have to walk through a jumping puzzle to get to toilet? Fuck that. I need to shit right now. Yeah.
Your character doesn't need to shit.
I mean, some of those sounds that the character makes when placing a carpet would suggest otherwise.
Without having an anchor point is amazing.
You know,
I think a lot of players
guy
will
said it as a
appreciate that.
joke,
I will
like
put
it's a
this back down,
sardonic
though.
joke, but like.
And then
If we
Oh,
got
so that
this
she
show
goes
with
into the
full
floor
on
too.
modify mode has all
Like,
the same
that
skills
would
as the
pop
placement
off.
mode. So this is what I'm using
would-
now. These squares move in 2 axes. So like I like using this blue square a lot. to just
Yes.
Move things on the floor.
Okay.
Number 3 skill is your rotate skill.
Okay, I can
So
imagine
it
that
gives
working,
you,
yeah.
like this ring you can use.
Wait.
Can it actually
You can even put stuff upside down.
Fuck.
So
It doesn't look like they fucked around much with colliders, to be honest. Like, it really looks like you could have that carpet halfway into the ground, and no
Yeah.
one gives a fuck.
And also sticking out just like with a corner.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is good because that actually gives you a freedom to do anything you want.
Yeah.
Like the
You
carpet.
could also make it look stupid.
Well, of course you can,
Yeah.
but carpet doesn't give you that many options because it's basically a flat item. But you can imagine like you have, I don't know, like a bookcase and you only want half of it. You could hide
And you can
half
hide
of
it in a wall.
Yeah, hide it in a wall, hide it in the ground or whatever. Like.
Oh
if you
yeah,
want.
true.
Yeah,
you
like,
could you could do
can
that.
Whatever.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay.
but I'm gonna
That's awesome.
do this.
That's actually
Uh,
cool. Yeah,
Big
like
stuff
like
around is
that.
Very cool.
Okay, I didn't put it back correctly, but we'll just ignore that. And then the number 4 skill lets you scale the decorations. So you'll notice when
This
we
is
came
actually
up
I'm
here,
excited
this
about
rug
that.
was bigger, and that's because it was
Mm.
scaled up a little bit.
Yeah.
And that's so great because now we don't need to have like small rock, medium rock, and
Mhm.
large rock as different like
Yeah.
items.
This
now
is
you can just
amazing,
scale
actually.
them up and down as you see fit.
Yeah, and
Hopefully if
then
it's held up.
we'll see. This last skill here is the toggle between the local and global alignment. It's not really visible with the rug, so let me pull up something else.
Okay.
That's a little bit easier to see. Like if I get this keg.
Global alignment?
Oh wow, it's kind of blue. Let's shrink that. Okay, the global positioning
Yeah.
will not quite be aligned with the item. So like if this is maybe like crossed and you want to rotate it up like this, you'll be able to switch how it's aligned to make it easier to do that. Another fun
Expand,
thing is if you
explain
hold
better,
shift
lady.
and rotate, it'll snap in 45-degree
Yeah, I
angles.
don't understand
So,
what
like,
she's
if I
saying.
That's
Yeah, I
a-
didn't get it.
45-degree angles on holding shift chat. Take a note. That's not listed anywhere. That's actually extremely
Then,
cool.
Yeah, erase mode.
Wait, one second.
So I get this keg.
Global alignment?
A wall alignment.
But sometimes like
Okay.
the global positioning
Global positioning.
will not quite be aligned with the item. So like if this is maybe like crossed and you want to rotate it up like this, you'll be able to switch how it's aligned to make it easier to do that. Another fun
Expand,
thing is if you
explain
hold
better,
shift
lady.
and
Yeah, you
rotate,
have to
it'll
explain
snap
that
in
better, lady. That's what he
45-degree
says.
angles. So like if I
That's
want
Yeah, I
cool.
don't understand.
Okay, so basically yes. Okay.
And this erase mode is also where the X-ray.
It seems like not
You
working.
erase your
That's what I'm
friend,
saying.
Completely deletes
I
their
guess
account.
something I didn't show
Don't
off,
do
but
it.
you could kind of see
She-
the rug is since you are allowed to just like put
Hi-ya!
stuff in the floor, it's possible that you can put items underground, and the X-ray mode lets you delete items that way. So like if like I put I don't know like the rug underground, I could get an X-ray mode and delete it that way. But I haven't done that here. You can still see the rug, thankfully.
Great.
So
Okay.
I'm kind of thinking we'll build a little game room up here. And I can show off the Wayfinder's versatile table. So our players who ordered the deluxe or ultimate edition have already been gifted this in the mail, but no one's like really had the opportunity to see what it is. So I'm
Yeah, I was
very
like,
excited
what
to
is
show
this
it off
thing?
here.
It's disgusting.
This
What is
like
this?
A little
I don't
gaming
know,
table.
It
or,
looks like a pool table.
well,
Ah,
it can be a gaming
if
table.
you're a
I'm
huge
gonna
nerd,
scale this to be
like
sharp,
me.
'cause This is my house. Things are scaled to me. Sorry,
As a
humans.
Norn, I appreciate this. Yes,
Yeah.
bigger. Make it bigger.
All right, so we got this table, and if you interact with it, you have a variety of options. So There is the board game option.
The
This is
mini
pretty
Ridlock
sick.
on the table. I love it.
Yeah.
No, it looks
Decoration,
cool.
but it's
I mean,
pretty
this is
sick.
alright.
I mean, it
But-
looks nice, but it's
but I
just a
wouldn't pay 30
decoration,
quid
so-
extra.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Like,
My
what the
alt
fuck?
is Whitlock and
Who cares?
tab
Move
it
them
too.
around the table.
Yeah, it was like, can you just leave your
Make
alts
your
on the
own
table?
mini.
What the
Oh.
fuck?
Now we got an epic campaign. going.
Krisha.
Krisha, yeah.
We need some chairs too.
Okay, he moved it.
So Nereus says, good luck with X-Ray once you have 1,000 items. Dude, there's nothing else I've been thinking about ever since I heard Homestead, because my latest experience with building houses was in New World. It would crash my game constantly. It would
Yeah.
lag the game as fuck.
Yeah.
And the minute I had like 300 items around the house, which isn't that difficult to have because you got plants, plates,
Oh yeah.
receipts, whatever, like little tiny decorations, and they build up.
Yeah.
My game would hate it. My PC would cry for help. It was terribly optimized.
Yeah.
Disgusting. So I wonder what's gonna be like here, because the house they're showing right now is fucking empty.
Yeah.
There's nothing in there.
Oh yeah.
I love building in Enshrouded. Hey, dude, I haven't played any of those games. I didn't play Enshrouded. I didn't play Valheim.
Mm-mm.
I did watch streams from both. I know what they look like. I know how they play. And that's why I mentioned to Joanna, in Enshrouded, you can mine your own tunnel. You can dig your own tunnel anywhere you like. The game is, you can literally destroy anything you look at, which is awesome. That's how I know about it. But I haven't played any of those games.
That down.
1,000 shares.
Okay, so
Oh,
the
yeah,
the
and,
deal
like,
is like,
you can
this
see
by
I-
itself is
I
Minecraft,
have
but the
access to
cool
all
part
the
is, you know,
decorations
Minecraft is
because
more
I
fun
have
with
a-
friends, just like
a
Yeah.
anything.
account, but
So you
all
get
the
people in your
decorations that you
homestead,
see here,
and then
are
you enjoy the
decorations
experience
that'll
or
be
not of
available
creating something
at
together. And
launch when
like,
we do
you know, I
upgrade.
joined Sea Monster and I just fuck with whatever he's trying to do.
True.
I
mean,
mean,
takes me
I
out of
enjoy
his home
creating
side,
well
that'd be
myself
great.
because others just destroy it.
This is pretty cool.
I do remember EverQuest Landmark. She
Challenge
played with
accepted,
me.
lady.
Challenge accepted.
Yeah, exactly.
It was
Got
in
somebody
from
alpha or
the
beta, and they
chat.
scrapped it. It was from EverQuest team. It was literally EverQuest Landmark, and it was like a sandbox open world game. And the idea was that people build shit, and then EverQuest can take those buildings that they like and
Yeah.
port into the actual
Okay.
EverQuest game. And they just just killed it. Yeah.
I don't remember anything.
And Shroud is basically Landmark 1-on-1, but with lore. Oh, really? Hey, that sounds alright. Yeah, because the Landmark was just that. Just the builder. Yeah, you don't remember that,
Did
really?
we build anything?
Yeah, I was building a fair amount of, things. Yeah, we would walk around, collect mats and shit, yeah.
I don't remember.
No?
Mm-mm.
Okay, I'll show you later. What's
Okay,
like...
yeah,
yeah.
sure. Yeah.
Do you want to
Oh, yeah.
talk?
Showing off the big chair
Do you interact with them
Something-
differently?
that has come up since you can scale chairs, and normally you can sit on chairs. Let me go over here so I can sit on it.
Change the size of your
So
character?
you see that Richie has made this chair really big. You can't
Ooh.
sit on all chairs because we want, it needs to make sense if you sit in the chair. And if you scale it too much, the animation will kind of get funky. But you can scale your chairs a little bit.
You can
That's
make
why,
that
like,
chair.
Tolerances for
And
what you
sit
can
with a
sit
char
in
on it.
are
Make it like
not
a little bit
annoying.
smaller in size.
It's like trying to place a
That
chair
looks
and
good.
then
But that
like
would
scale
also-
every chair.
Hey, he's gonna
Yeah,
sit...
but all us char Norton players. We're
Hey.
really just looking a little bit squished.
It also means
But
you can
this
do
is my
a model
house.
house.
So
Like a
I got
tiny
it.
version.
Oh, yeah,
Like a
you
bolt
can do
house.
that, yeah. Okay.
It's so good. I appreciate being able to
Everyone's
sit in bigger
considered.
Yeah,
chairs.
dude.
Alright,
I'm not
alright,
like in a
alright.
little kid seat anymore as a Norn.
Yeah, I'm very excited. My
Mm.
char will be comfy.
Love it.
And I guess just one note is, like our guild decorations, our
Okay.
homestead decorations don't save states. So if you like try to move this table or leave the homestead, like all the stuff gets put away. It'll look plain, and you can come back with it and interact
We need
to
to
grab your stuff back out
Ah.
of storage.
Giant,
Why?
basically huge Elden
Gotcha.
Ring chairs.
Yeah, I
So
don't
it doesn't
know why.
save the state of the table, or like lights would have to be, or fireplaces would
Recreate.
need to be turned back on, those
The
kind of
last
things.
Oh yeah,
screen.
Otherwise, it keeps everything else.
yeah. The placement, the size, the rotation, that all stays the same. Yeah. So
Mhm.
like you mentioned, you can turn fireplaces on and off.
I mean, I understand why, because if they had to keep all those homesteads alive as maps, that would mean more resources, more money. Like, they literally have to keep this alive somewhere on the server all the time as an active map with players, with no players.
Yeah.
So I see why they
Yeah, I
did
get
that.
Yeah, that's great. And what about light sources? I know there were some limitations in the guild hall that
Good
are.
question.
Yeah,
Actually, a good
so
question.
we
Light
had
sources.
a limit of like 27 light sources just like on a map, but some of our engineers did work to make it so now it's just 27 light sources
They
in
hadn't
your
been doing
view.
work
So
for
if
that.
you
Oi.
place a bunch of torches like around, you don't have to worry about
Why?
like light sources far
Because
away
it's the
being
same
the
in
ones
New
that
World,
have been
remember?
like
There was
chosen
only a
to
limited
be
amount of lights you
on.
could have as well.
They'll just be
Really?
like the
Yeah,
27
why is that?
you
Why
can
the-
see.
why the
Nirio.
What if
Okay, so Nirio. So ask the question to Nirio because we were talking over the video. He did game development.
Why are the lights that are limited in the homesteads? Because in New World, when we did home, it was the same. Light sources are fucked up in game. Yeah, but why? What's wrong with the lights? Why do they fuck it up? Dynamic versus static lights require a different way of optimizing. Okay, so is it because you can move them around and then the light changes, like it falls on the surrounding differently as well? Imagine players having 1k dynamic lights and each item, character and shit has to have shadows from it. Okay, yeah, so basically it's the dynamic of the light itself, light source, and its shadow has to be baking all the time.
Did I hear baking?
Yeah. I guess it's a term used in game development for lights. But
Okay. Light source
Okay.
fucked up.
So it's basically that because you move them around the dynamic, and then it would change the way the light
So
falls on everything
the object.
around it, and then everything has to have.
So
a
isn't
shadow
that
as well.
what RTX is supposed to do in GeForce graphic cards? Imagine players having 1k dynamic lights, and each item, character, and shit has to have shadows from it. Does it mean like any AAA games have the same limitation? Like I don't know, let's say GTA 6. Is that the same problem?
But in GTA 6, it's not the player who places the light. It's not that dynamic. Like you cannot.
Oh,
change
I
it. It's
see.
static.
Oh, true. I did not know that. There you go. This is some kind of insider knowledge. Right, let's give it a go.
you have 27
And service
instances
doesn't
of-
control
And how-
the bird.
How many total light sources
Yeah.
can you have?
It's like 250.
Okay, awesome.
But you can
What if
see
you
if
have
I put
250
like
into
250
torch
of
there.
what?
I don't- only
I
make-
missed that.
I think decoration, light
go to the light
Well,
source
exists?
section.
This looks like what it's going to be on
There you
launch
go.
as well, chat. So this is a good crop of
That's
decorations
basically-
that are
you gotta
starting.
Use the
Like
code
all
and
of these
torch. I think
decorations will
we
probably
should
be
use the
in on
code and
launch.
torch instead.
They have here.
Yeah, she has 200.
Of the new stuff.
Yeah.
Be interesting to see what is in this list that they've scrolled through and what isn't there on
Oh,
launch,
stacks
and like
of-
compare,
okay.
so we can like
Okay.
get hints of like
Nice.
what's coming based on the.
And
thumbnails
there's other restrictions about, like the guild hall had like a number of objects in a specific space that's now been expanded.
Oh, yeah. So now, or I guess previously in guild halls, there was kind of a restriction on how many decorations you can put in a space. I think it was like 20 or something in like a small area. So it was really easy to hit that if you were decorating with a lot of small things. We've removed that for homesteads.
That ain't
If you
annoying.
want to put a lot of small decorations in a small area, go ahead. We're less concerned about performance because like it's your homestead. You're not trying to decorate a space that other people need to come into.
Please change that for guild halls.
Awesome. And then one last thing about guild halls. All these improvements that were worked on here, are those getting ported over?
Yeah, so all of these new decorating skills, you'll be able to use them in the guild hall.
Awesome. So all the new placement features and just making it easier to decorate is being ported over. So that's
Features.
great.
How about light
Sure, people
sources
will be
and
excited about that.
item limit?
And I've been kind of leading you outside because I want to show off the flying mode, which we don't really need in the house, but if we go,
Okay.
yeah, so I'm going to show there's a flying mode, which I double clicked it. It turns you into a little bee.
she's a bee.
Yeah.
So this
Gay.
is
Wow.
honestly just super useful for
30
making
sword
jumping
guild hall.
puzzles, or
Did
you
unlock
need
it
to
with a
decorate
decoration.
and you have a higher point of view. It's really nice.
I would
So,
like
like,
a bee with an
I'm gonna
artist's
delete this
hat,
grass.
please, Arena.
Okay.
I mean, that's cute.
You don't have to build scaffolding or anything else.
It's just
to-
a
to-
drone
to
view.
Build up in the air. There's no anchor points for decorations. You can just fly up in the air as a little bee and decorate your
Just a-
It's
Kind
also
of, yeah.
nice to get a wider view. What I'm doing here is making a big forest. I'm gonna make this tree
What the
super big
hell?
'cause I want it to be like the heart of my
This is a
forest.
forest.
What's the limit then?
Exclamation.
How big can you make it?
I'm
I would
just
make
doing
it
this super
like
fast, like
beanstalk.
normally if
This is how
I.
trees
the
grow,
Jesus.
chat, in a circle.
I'm still trying to make them a little bit different. but you can get like a great view of
She's on the art team.
like this forest that I'm
She's actually
trying
on
to
the
make.
structural engineering team.
I'm putting
Thank
some down.
you. I appreciate it. Maybe I was right to trust you after all. Let's see. This is like, I guess, the kind of entrance that we would be. So
How
if I
easy it is
do
to remove them later? Like,
remove
do you
this,
just click, delete,
click on
like
the
an
grass.
eraser?
I'm gonna rotate it because I want to.
I'm
Like,
just thinking,
If I've gone to
if
the
you
forest,
let others build in your homestead, do
Mhm.
they take items from your bag then, or from their own?
Like in materials?
Yeah.
Yeah, they don't really go into detail. Also, we still don't know if every character has the same homestead. Like, they don't really tell us that.
I mean, it wasn't said straight up, but it was kind of implied because she did stand at the beginning and she said, "This is what you get." So I'm guessing everybody gets that same thing.
Yeah, but I mean, is homestead account bound, or does every character has different homestead?
it's like I'm gonna have a desire path. I'm sorry, I'm moving this tree. It's not where I want it.
Okay.
But yeah, you can see how quickly you can change the vibe.
This is already
It's,
better
like, already
designed than
kind of
Alpine
foresty
Borderlands,
just by
chat.
placing
This
a bunch
forest.
of
Yeah,
trees.
It's unbelievable, and that's one of the things I was talking about earlier that I loved. Is it's not just you're decorating a house; you get this whole zone that gets to be yours, and I can't wait to see what players do with it because they can make forests. Joel was showing us a homestead earlier offline where he built a castle.
Oh, this is
in the
basically
middle of
Teldrassil.
his homestead using just
This one
you
big
know,
tree in the
materials
middle.
and things like that.
It's like
So
what?
it's
Teldrassil.
amazing what you can do with this, and I can't wait to see what the players come up with.
I
You guys
know.
are going to be.
Our players are so creative. I'm really excited. Potted fern.
Yeah, wait for what Neri's gonna cook up for you.
When you like modify the scale or the position of a decoration, you don't have to do that every time if you want to place it multiple of the same.
Oh, yeah. So like if I make
actually
this
wondering
tree
about
bigger
that.
because I want this potted tree and I place it, like okay, it's small again, but we have this skill here. Use last scale and
Okay, that's
rotation.
really good.
And
I'm
if I
glad
just
they
press
thought of
that
that.
7th skill, boop, it's gone. I don't know how many of our viewers saw like one of the PC gamer thing where we showed off like there was like a lighthouse, but it
I
was
did.
super
That was
useful
good.
for making that lighthouse because like all those like wall pieces I had
I was
to
like
make
trying
the
to
same
scale wall
size.
pieces for making an actual
And
building.
being
Hmm.
able to
Nightmare.
use the last scale and rotation made that a lot easier.
Yeah, so
But
Yeah,
Mm.
trees
That's a great
growing this-
feature.
technically you can
One
build a
thing-
building.
Yeah.
One thing I'm doing is like all these potted trees because you get more tree types that way to have like a forest.
This is
Should also highlight the fact that B mode allows you to zoom in. So if you zoom in all the way, you do enter first person mode. So if you make something amazing and you want to get those cool screenshots, I totally recommend going into B mode for it. That allows you to get a full on view of exactly what you
Mm.
created.
Okay, so
'Cause
yeah,
I
here's
also
the-
am excited to see what players created. I want to see good screenshots of that.
we don't need World versus
Kind of
World
see,
or
wow,
map
there's a
designers
forest
anymore. We
there.
have the.
They're super good
We're good.
tree growers.
I don't know if you can fight in the homestead like you can in guild halls. That'll be interesting.
Come down here.
I'm making a campfire over here, and I wanted to show that you can put objects inside of each other, including chairs.
Yeah, I see you've put stools in these boulders, so like
Uh-huh.
Oh
I thought
wow!
about
like
it, Sea
a
Monster.
boulder seat.
It's a way of combining objects to kind of create new objects, one object inside of another object, and I've always wanted to sit around the campfire, so I'm excited to actually be able to create my own campfires.
Oh, that's awesome.
Okay, I don't mind
That's
that.
really cool.
This whole thing of putting items inside of other items feels like hacking, but a good kind of hacking. Like you can actually
Yeah.
get creative because there's no limit.
I like that
Yes,
there
we
is
need to
some
have ale.
benefit for hanging out in the homestead, like you accrue the
The
rest
Nord
of
in me
or whatever it's
approves.
called.
I also like when everyone's building together, you just see a bunch of bees busy building.
Buzzing
all the
around.
buzz. Yeah, it's all the buzz, you guys.
There's so many bee puns during development.
Oh, behave.
Oh man, was it always a bee?
It wasn't.
I
always
wonder.
a bee.
I wonder how they
We
save
had some, like,
data about
placeholder
every
stuff in
item
before
that's
when we were
saved,
like, oh,
that's
yeah, we
placed
did
on the
use
map.
fly mode.
It has to be some kind of
But I think
JSON
around that
with
time,
ID of
we
the
were
object and
practicing, like, this
coordinates.
event, I think in the first map that had like this bee model, and someone had the idea like, oh, we should use that bee for fly mode. So
What
yeah,
if
and
you're like
there was like a lot of
insectophobic?
positive sentiment around that. We all really liked the cute little bee. I guess you could
Yeah,
say
it is
like
cute.
it was generating a lot of positive buzz.
That's terrible, but I love it.
I'd
And
say that.
that was the right decision, by the way. Just in case you needed
They should sell
team needed
skins for the bee
validation.
now,
That was
chat.
correct.
B-Dog.
B was
cat.
correct. Oh man, so we're making a little party area. It looks like here. I've got some balloons
Okay.
set up.
Nice.
Let's jump further.
Activate them
I think it's faster too.
and say like follow
Okay,
me.
they're moving alts, right?
Yeah, you can like place your alts.
I
They
can grab,
default
like,
to
all
something
my
that was in that
friends.
article.
So they have
They-
follow alts, but they don't have follow mode in the game.
Mm.
How many times I would like to just follow you while I go to
Yeah.
the toilet
Yeah.
or for a drink?
Mm.
So stupid.
Default
My
to a
NPC
specific
friends, my
space that's like
alts.
heavy, medium, or light, but you can then take them and say like follow
And say,
them
hey,
and
we're
like,
gonna have a party.
put them somewhere and they'll stay there.
Party over
And
here.
I'm taking them with me to the party.
Look at them.
To all my coworkers, I got lots of good suggestions for various cat puns.
Parliament. I like it. Berserker. Please share your homesteads, your videos, your GIFs, your pictures on social media. Share them with our Twitter and different social accounts. We'll be sure to keep our eye out and retweet them. Thank you to Joel and Sarah and your entire Homestead team for all the work on this, and thanks for joining me
Okay,
today.
that's pretty much it.
I mean, so they didn't show actual buildings.
No, because
But they did mention someone doing a castle and a lighthouse.
a lighthouse,
so
yeah,
I'm
that's
guessing
true.
there will be some building of the buildings.
I think I've seen that lighthouse somewhere. As a screenshot, not necessarily as a video. What do people say? So you have, thanks so much for putting this on YouTube. Beasts should be Jade bots. Okay. I mentioned a while back in the game they should let us create the battlefield, and then that could be used as sort of a guild realm, one which can be used to GVG with terrain. Could have so many possibilities like the runs into. Okay, I don't give a fuck. Wouldn't it be easy to only show the doors of your party members because you'll have 50 doors at the end of chests? Then what? Okay. How in the world was their audio so bad? True, I don't know. Terrible. In matter of seconds, they put a Final Fantasy 14 housing to shame. Really?
I don't know anything about that
I don't know
housing.
nothing about Final Fantasy housing. Nothing at all. These are questions that people ask. I found it on the internet, so I thought to go through them very quickly.
Okay.
So how do I get my homestead? It's just from the story in Guild Wars 2. And you'll just get your plot of land. How do I access my homestead? Is you'll have the doorway that we've seen. Friends can visit. Can I return? Yes. What can I unlock from my homestead? As you progress your homestead mastery, you unlock more rooms.
Thomas, we don't see the picture, the thing.
Sorry,
Yeah.
I forgot
no.
to click.
Yeah.
My fault. What can I unlock for my homestead? As you progress your homestead mastery, you will unlock more rooms within your homestead to decorate. Rooms. You can also unlock
Okay.
improvements to your lumber mill, mine, farm. And finally, you unlock decorations through the handiworker discipline.
That's
How do the characters on my account interact with the homestead? Or maybe here. When you exit to the character selection screen while inside your homestead, the character you're playing will be visited on your home. Soldiers are found around the main homestead. Adventurers are... Okay, so it doesn't say about homestead for individual characters. I think all characters share the same homestead.
I think so.
It just sounds like it.
Yeah.
Will there be a live stream? So I wanted to also load up Twitter for a second, because here are actual comments from people about this shit.
Mm-hmm.
So some people say my jaw was on the floor. Best housing in an MMO. You guys weren't kidding. Is that
Well,
really?
I'm not sure.
I'm really not that sure.
I did look up the games that had housing
Yeah.
in them,
Yeah.
and my problem is that I didn't play. So maybe you can tell me if I go from like the first, the best one.
Okay. Near you. Get ready.
Yeah, it says Star Wars Galaxy. So that game apparently is not live anymore. So like you can't do that. But apparently that one had the best housing.
Best how? I don't know. What was the metric here?
It was a sandbox MMO, so I'm guessing you had
Oh.
a lot of freedom
Yeah.
to do as you chose.
Yeah, I never played this, and because
Yeah.
it's sandbox, it really doesn't compare, because
Yes.
the whole purpose of the game is buildings.
The next one was Ultima Online, and I don't know. Like I
Played
did
it.
not play. Did you play housing?
Yep, it was
How
really
was
good.
that?
It was good, but the problem is that it isn't a problem. It actually it works to the benefit
Yeah.
of the player. The game was 2D, so there's not much you can like.
Okay.
No, it wasn't 2D. It's like isometric kinda.
Yeah,
So
yeah, yeah.
like you don't have to worry about colliders as much and shit. It's like much simpler to implement,
Okay.
and so you could focus elsewhere.
Okay, I get that.
Yeah.
EverQuest? Quest 2?
EverQuest was the landmark thingy that we mentioned. I never played EverQuest,
mhm.
but yeah, I can imagine it being good. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, it said Palia. Never heard
Palia,
of that
I
game.
have that on Steam library. It's free
Yeah?
game.
It's free game.
It's an MMORPG that's like Pal World, but without pals. It's like very cute. It's more close to Animal Crossing.
I was gonna say the graphics look kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
like
very
that.
chill MMORPG.
It's like a cozy MMO.
Minecraft shit, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, that's what it is. And then they said Final Fantasy 14. So I noticed that someone said that I put it to shame.
Yeah.
I don't really know anything about Final Fantasy housing.
Me neither.
So on the servers, apparently. So
In Final Fantasy.
yeah.
Yeah. I wonder what building is like in Once Human. Because Once Human is open world
Yeah.
MMORPG. It's like shooter RPG, which is online.
Do they have housing in there?
Yeah, every player can build a house, and you actually walk around and see houses of other players,
Okay.
and you can like loot. Like it's like Rust,
yeah.
kinda. And also PAX Day
Yeah.
is the same. You run around the forest and map, and you see everyone's strongholds and shit. And I think people overhyped it, the Guild Wars 2.
I see.
Because it's not necessarily building houses, it's more on the decorating side.
Yes, I would say so. It's
So there's
not
no
really
architecture,
building.
it's more interior.
Yes. The only real experience I had with building houses in the game was the New World that
Okay.
we had. So there was a lot of problems with that, like
Yes.
you mentioned, like the lights and too many items would basically crash your computer, like it just couldn't compute in the house, which was terrible. Placing anything in would take ages.
Yeah.
But there was a couple of things that I actually really liked, which was having trophies. You could craft trophies that would give you bonuses out in the world.
Yeah,
when
that was
you
good.
play.
It was the only thing that gave the house a meaning.
Yeah.
Because you had to pay rent for the house, which was
Yes.
pure decorative. Like, what's the point?
No, because you remember that the houses were actually owned by fractions?
Yes.
You remember that? And then when your fraction owned the city, then you as a house owner in there would get some bonuses from that as well.
I don't remember that.
I'm trying to remember what it was, but I don't know if it was in terms of cost of things, potentially. Like maybe the house, the rent wouldn't be so high if it was your fraction,
Okay.
potentially. But also cost of things within the city. I'm not quite sure, but
Yeah,
I
but
remember there were benefits of having a house in.
what's the benefit if the rent is just lower? There's no benefit. It's just the rent is lower. But
Well, yeah.
it's still the expense.
Yeah, I think there was some, but yeah. But also, what I think could be useful in Guild Wars 2 was the extra storage that I gave you.
Oh,
was like
that's
your
that's a
private
good
bank.
point.
Like you could put
Yes, chests in there.
chests inside, and
Yeah.
you could put I think as many as you wanted, and you could just store stuff in your
True,
home. So
true.
if you had lots of things that you didn't need to necessarily carry around with you, you could just store them in your home,
Yeah.
and then it freed up your bag. So
Yeah.
that was amazing.
That's a good point. I like that.
Because-
Nerius says that New World was not really house building, but more like house decorating. I
Yes,
think
yeah.
the problems with house building in New World were the least of the problems they had with the game.
Oh yeah.
So I can't blame them.
It seems like it's gonna be very similar in Guild Wars 2.
Yeah.
It's also not house building; it's house decorating.
Yeah. The only
Gonna
thing you
see,
can
but-
build is in the open field around the
Yeah,
house.
Yes.
To me, it's a letdown, but only because I set expectations elsewhere.
Yeah. But also in New World, it was kind of interesting that everybody could see your house if you had enough points.
True, there was a ladder.
The city
True.
was owned by many people, but there was a leaderboard, and the top house on the leaderboard was
Would-
shown to
Uh-huh.
the masses.
As
let's
part
say,
of
like,
the town,
of
part of the
So,
landscape.
so
Yeah,
you,
that's
you
true.
could actually decorate your house nicely, and then it would be seen by
Yeah.
everybody else.
That was
as
I like
well.
that
Yeah,
idea.
that
Yeah.
you could pass by in the city, and you would still see people's homes.
Yeah.
Not just like a template.
And
home.
it goes back to my idea about mines being empty versus a templated preset.
Yeah.
It freed up the developers and
Yes.
designers
Yeah.
and let the gamer the actual players
Yes.
design the game.
Yes. Yeah.
And it's okay, like I don't mind, but basically, yes, that's effectively what it was. You would
Yeah.
walk around, and by that nature, every city would be at least some kind different. Nice.
So that was kind of what I could take from
Mm-hmm.
the only.
And this
game
one,
that had
unfortunately,
that,
this one is completely
Yeah.
instanced, so I wouldn't know. Okay, so this is the housing in. I know.
Okay, yeah.
This is the housing in
So
Final
if anyone
Fantasy.
ever uses the FC house, it'll all be grand. Actually woke up this morning to an email from Square Enix themselves saying, "Hey, no one's used your free company house. We're going." The housing itself, it's a matter of first choosing the locale. As of Endwalker, there are currently.
Okay.
Okay, so you you choose location first of all.
It still looks instanced?
Yeah.
However, all residential districts have 30 wards each, and the wards are divided into two.
Bosh.
Primary and subdivision.
I hate Asian interfaces, Asian games interfaces. All of them are terrible. No fucking user experience whatsoever.
It's very busy, isn't it?
Yeah, always.
Yeah. Yes.
But those houses look the same across them. Like he just said, every map is just same shit, different toilet.
Yeah.
So it's about the same. You can't build the actual. Oh look, dude, this is nice. I like that.
Mhm.
Yeah, I think that is a good difference. Base building versus housing. True, true. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
It's a shame, but I guess I'm gonna take it for what it is because what else is left to do? Like, yeah, I can't make them redo the whole shit.
No, of course not.
So, all right, fair enough. So, the barrier of entry for new players is higher and higher every expansion, ArenaNet. The cost of the full experience of the game is unreal, mainly for us Brazil. The game is awesome and the expansions are ultra high quality. I would probably not call it that, but there's nonsense paying like 600 whatever for all of them. It's like half of our minimum wage. He brings up a good point about the barrier of entry for new players. It is a game that is cluttered with lots of currencies and shit, and it's just a bit scary to dive into as a new player, right? Probably would say that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think so.
I can't wait to make my cozy spot and my legendary armor. This is your typical Guild Wars 2 player. They have a rainbow, they hide behind some kind of quaggan or whatever, and they use the word cozy. That's literally your Guild Wars 2 player. And those people are happy with what we saw, and yeah. If that's your target audience,
But at
then
least look, he makes a point like one for each race. So not everybody gets the same home, but like if you have a char, of course your home is gonna look different than if you have an Asura, right?
yeah. Yeah, true. If you are playing an Asura or the Leaf people,
Yeah.
and you're gonna have that as your homestead, that's a bit weird.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
doesn't work, does it? I didn't think
'Cause
about it.
It kind of, I could see Norns in there. I could see people in there. Even Char is a little bit, like could be, but
Yeah, a bit too idealistic for
As well,
Char.
yes,
Char is a bit
yeah.
dirty, like Horde.
but yeah, Asura, like, of course they're not gonna have a home like that.
No,
Absolutely not.
they can't even reach the
Absolutely not.
door handle.
Yeah. Because they say about scaling everything to.
Yeah, but the house is the same.
Yeah, but the
true.
house. Yeah, that is it's odd.
Oh, okay. Well, sorry, but after 11 years, it's hard. It's a hard pass for me. I don't need Homestead when I have everything I can get already in the game. Still playing it though every day, but not buying this X pack. This is the person who doesn't know when to say it's enough, and they keep torturing themselves basically. Like, go do something else. It's really okay to close a game that you've been playing for 11 years and try
Yeah.
something new in your life. It's a shame
Yeah,
only
exactly.
one style of Homestead you should be. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
If you're looking for a healing in a game, you probably should look in the mirror and dig deeper, I guess. Get a discount, ship change. Okay, I mean, so I can't say that people are overly excited about that, I guess. I think ArenaNet might have hoped for a better reception with this,
Yeah.
but I'm not saying it's bad. I'm just saying for me personally, it didn't meet the expectations that I had in my head.
Yeah, it could be so much better.
It
right?
could have been, right?
Yeah.
And I don't think they're gonna ever go. So there is a concept of MVP, which is minimum viable product,
Yeah.
which means the first version, the product
Yeah.
that you will improve on.
Yeah.
And that's okay. I don't mind if it was just 1.0 and they were working towards 2.0
Yeah.
with other benefits that we mentioned.
Sure.
But based on the direction they're taking this, I don't think we'll ever get like house building
Mm.
or just different instances for different races or like more customizations basically, or
Like
maybe
that.
those things that you mentioned, like those bonuses from Homestead extending beyond the Homestead,
Yeah.
chests and
Yes.
premiums, whatever.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think the only direction they're taking this is Gem Store. And I'm really let down by it. Like, this is sad.